Welcome to Lost Creatures Codex channel. Here are basic infos about several interesting extinct creatures. Yutyrannus was a giant meat-eating dinosaur, but it had feathers like a fluffy T-Rex. It lived about 125 million years ago in what is now China during the early Cretaceous period. It was really big, about 9 meters or 30 feet long and as heavy as a car. Even though it looked scary, it was also covered in soft, fuzzy feathers. Scientists think those feathers helped keep it warm because Yutyrannus lived in a cooler climate. It had strong jaws with sharp teeth and walked on 2 legs, using its powerful back legs to chase prey. Its arms were short but had claws, and it probably hunted smaller dinosaurs or scavenged for food. Yutyrannus means feathered tyrant, and it's one of the biggest dinosaurs we know of that had feathers. That makes it both fierce and fascinating. Archaeopteryx was one of the first birds to ever live. It flapped through the skies about 150 million years ago during the time of the dinosaurs. It was about the size of a crow, with wings that stretched out about ½ a meter or 1.5 feet wide. Archaeopteryx had feathers like a bird, but also teeth and a long bony tail like a dinosaur. It could probably glide or flap short distances between trees. Scientists think it ate insects and small animals, hunting them in the forests. Archaeopteryx shows us how some dinosaurs slowly turned into birds. It was like a mix of both. Castorides was one of the biggest beavers that ever lived. It lived during the Ice Age, around 10,000 to 2 million years ago. Castorides could grow as long as 2.5 meters or over 8 feet. That's as long as a small car. It weighed as much as a large dog or even a small bear. Just like today's beavers, it had strong teeth for chewing wood and big back feet for swimming. But unlike modern beavers, its tail was more like a muskrat's, not flat and wide. Castorides probably built lodges and lived near water, using its powerful body to move logs and dive in rivers. Even though it looked like a giant version of today's beaver, it was part of its own special family. Phiomia was an ancient relative of today's elephants, but it looked pretty different. It lived about 35 million years ago in parts of Africa, long before mammoths or modern elephants appeared. Phiomia was about the size of a big cow and had a short trunk and small tusks. Its name means animal from Fayum, which is a place in Egypt where its fossils were first found. Even though it wasn't huge, Phiomia was important. It was one of the early steps in elephant evolution. Its short trunk helped it grab plants and leaves to eat, and its tusks may have been used for digging or defense. Phiomia didn't live in jungles or grasslands like elephants do today. It probably walked around open forests or swampy areas, searching for tasty plants. With its mix of elephant features and ancient looks, Phiomia was like a time-traveling cousin of elephants we know today. Dunkleosteus was one of the biggest and most powerful fish that ever lived. It swam in the oceans about 360 million years ago during the Devonian period, way before dinosaurs existed. It wasn't a shark, but a type of prehistoric armored fish called a placoderm. Dunkleosteus could grow up to 9 meters long with a massive head covered in thick bony plates. Instead of teeth, it had super sharp bony blades in its jaws that could crush almost anything, even other armored fish. It had one of the strongest bites of any animal ever. It was a top predator in its ocean, hunting fish, sharks, and anything else that got in its way. Dunkleosteus looked like a swimming tank, with armor up front and a powerful tail to help it chase prey. Lystrosaurus was one of the toughest animals to ever live. It walked the Earth about 250 million years ago, just after a huge extinction wiped out most life on the planet. Lystrosaurus didn't just survive, it thrived. It looked like a mix between a pig and a lizard, with a short body, strong legs, and a beak instead of teeth. It was about the size of a dog and had 2 little tusks poking out from its mouth. Lystrosaurus lived in dry, dusty places and probably dug burrows to stay safe and cool. It mostly ate tough plants and roots, using its strong jaw to help chew. Even though it wasn't big or scary, Lystrosaurus was a champion survivor, making up nearly 90% of land animals at the time. It's a great example of how staying simple and strong can help you survive anything, even the end of the world. Subscribe for more content like this. See ya!